welcome back to the Total Clarity Podcast. I'm Jessie Hyatt.
And I'm Mike Varlet, and this is our 5th recorded episode and our first episode where we've done a walk for the week.
Yeah, this week we did our first route. It was North Brooklyn, First Impressions, and More, right? Isn't that the correct title?
North Brooklyn and More, First Impressions.
Oh, I mixed it up.
Actually, no, I got it wrong too. First Impressions, North Brooklyn and More.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We were there all week, but I guess we weren't repeating the title over and over to ourselves.
No.
But yeah, we did it. We completed 5 days of marathon walking in a row.
That's right.
Yeah. Mike did 5 days in a row. I did 5 days in a row, but 2 of those days were 15 miles for me.
Yes, Jessie joined a couple of times midway because she still has a dye studio that she's running.
I do.
So she's navigating how exactly it's going to look from any week to week, how much she'll join us. But that was a known part of the project, so it is our intention to have one of us do the walk every day, and that will be me the vast majority of the time, unless something unforeseen happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a crazy week, a lot of expected things and a lot of unexpected things, which are expected in a way, since you can only plan for so much. And yeah, I think we should just get right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it. I guess in relation to what you just said, we had everything planned out, and then we had to switch things around because of COVID. So now that feeling of having everything planned out, but having some unexpected things, I think is even easier to deal with. For me, at least, because I've just spent this last 3 months not using any of the plans that I thought I was going to use and readjusting to that. And yeah, really for like maybe the first time in my adult life even, I'm a planner. I like to know what I'm doing. I like to have it all figured out way in advance. And the last 3 months made me really refocus how I think about that. And I think it's helpful for what what we've already started to embark on, because there are things that are unexpected and are out of our control.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to that, we've been thinking a lot about what it is to be on these walks and what has appealed to us about these walks. And a big component of the walking that was appealing is that the act of getting from point A to B every day is in itself very fulfilling and kind of simplifies a lot of what it means to be accomplished in a day-to-day life. And that's one of those things that we can intellectualize and understand outside of the context of walking. But at the same time, it's something that you can't truly understand until you're actually doing the act. So particularly with this 3-month delay, it allowed us an opportunity to think a lot about what potentially we could be doing while we're walking and maximizing the time to be able to create a lot of documentation to share with you now and to also have at the conclusion of whenever this is. And it becomes very apparent between the ramping up of our bodies and the heat and also the aforementioned fulfillment of the walk itself, that a lot of those things are actually not as important once you're doing the actual walking. So that is a thing that we're going to see how it sorts itself out in the coming weeks, if we feel a need to be doing a lot of documentation or if we don't.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of a tricky thing to figure out, because we are doing this for ourselves. We want to honor that, but at the same time, we are doing it publicly and we want to honor that. So if it was purely for ourselves and we weren't sharing about it at all, then we might just forget about all the content building and sharing portions and just walk and be satisfied with that. And that's it. And now when we do walk and we feel satisfied with that, we still feel like we want to make this a public thing and we want to have it be something that people can engage with if they choose to, and something that can potentially build community. And so we don't want to, I don't know if let people down is the right word, or kind of leave that bit out, since that is important to us to be able to engage with people.
Yeah. And there is also this idea of the people that we are on the walk and the people that we are when we're not walking. And the person that I am when I'm not walking, when I have the amount of free time that we've had the past 3 months, when I'm not working a full-time job, would like to be able to create things and document things because I find it compelling for myself and to share with people. But the person that is on the walk has less of a concern about that sort of thing. That doesn't mean that we actually made a 360 video, which will already be out by the time this podcast is out. We're recording this podcast, so that's obviously a thing that we would like to continue to see. We also did some long-form recording, which we haven't done previously, but had always intended to do for the walk, which is capturing large chunks of the walk, potentially with some theme surrounding it, and then having it as an opportunity for people to kind of join us in a way where you really are just there, experiencing the walk. So really, we did pretty much everything that we said we were going to do.
Yeah.
It's just an issue of economy of effort when you're out there doing things, as well as quality bars and seeing if you can hit that. And again, just what is it that's the function of this project? And if it's to be as present as possible, do these things detract? So that's all stuff we're going to be figuring out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out as we're out there. And I
Yeah.
guess that's why in our last little segment where we shared that we were about to start this, I was trying to get that across, that, it's really nice that people have been engaging with certain elements of this so far, and we love it, and we would love to continue that both for us and for the people that have been engaged. But I don't want to hold us to any sort of standard, and we will get out as much as we can, and we'll feel it out as we go. And right now we do have these sort of regular segments, if you will, that have been coming out during the last 3 months, but we might end up doing new regular segments that will hopefully replace those in a similar way and be just as entertaining, but maybe make more sense for what it is that we're doing and how physically active we can be with the video making.
Yeah. I think it would have been a very different scenario had we started when we intended to start. But that certainly is not something that happened.
Yeah.
So
because we've created these things that, like you said, were based on not walking 26 miles a day, but rather going out once a week and doing something in the neighborhood and then coming home and being on the computer for all week. And it's a different lifestyle now that we're walking over 100 miles a week.
Yeah.